This encampment has been set up for 90 days now. I can tell you it feels cold in here. The walls are thin, but the people inside here, they aren't homeless, but rather they are international students who fear they will get deported. After 55 years of operation, the public was given just hours notice of the closure. The doors to the Science Center are now closed for good, and people have been rushing down here all day to get one more glimpse of the center. The University of Toronto campus is beginning to return to normal tonight. The metal fences have been taken down. The field that once had 200 tents at the height of the encampment is now cleared. We begin with breaking news out of Gaza. The last Canadian missing since the October 7th attack has been confirmed dead. It is a historic day in Canadian politics. Mark Carney named the new Liberal leader, and he was really the front runner from the beginning. Why do you think we didn't see a more competitive race? These evidence markers and skid marks give you an idea of how a transport truck may have lost control before a deadly collision. A lot of fun here at Due West Fest, and I'm not going home empty-handed. Ford is making good on his promise he made a couple weeks ago, saying he's going to remove all American products from LCBO shelves starting on Tuesday. Police believe most of the $20 million in gold stolen from Pearson Airport last year is no longer in Canada. There's a lot to talk about over the next 3 days at the G7 summit, from the economy to the trade war. But given the recent escalation between Israel and Iran, how much do you think the focus will pivot to that? Police are piecing together a series of disturbing events across the GTA, connecting multiple crime scenes. And now what started as a missing persons report is a homicide investigation, and police have a suspect in custody. Employees Union held an emergency rally today because they say the situation at public colleges is a lot worse than they had previously thought. They're now expecting 10,000 jobs to be wiped out by the end of the year at Ontario colleges. This area outside a parking garage of an apartment building was off limits yesterday. It was here around this time yesterday when a police officer was shot during a robbery investigation, and the search was on for his shooter. 23-year-old Marcel Bryan was shot and killed here last night. We'll show you the scene right now. Just behind me is a vigil being set up for the victim. Being called one of the worst killings in Ottawa's history. 6 people stabbed to death, a mother, her 4 children, aged 7, 4, 2, and the youngest just 2.5 months old. A 40-year-old family friend was also killed. The only survivor is the father, who remains in the hospital with serious injuries. A 19-year-old suspect has been arrested and charged. Gunshots reported at a plaza near Fairview Park Mall. Waterloo Regional Police put out the warning around 10:30 this evening. This is the scene tonight. Anyone who did not make it to an LCBO today likely will not be able to shop in person for the next 2 weeks. This LCBO, along with 680 others across the province, closed their door just a few minutes ago. The gates are now shut, and workers at this time are preparing to walk off the job right after midnight. This year's Pride celebrations may look a little different because of rising costs and uncertainty with corporate sponsors. Pride Toronto says it's made the decision to cancel the stage at Dundas and Church Streets and is pausing a 2-day mini festival on the Toronto Islands. I have already gotten 4 friendship bracelets. You can say Toronto is the place to be tonight, or should I say Toronto. It is official. The Taylor Swift takeover is here. Well, whether you went shopping today or not, over at the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Black Friday is definitely still a thing. Oh, looks like it's a coffee machine. I see why he is so excited. It was doorbusters galore, with the employees literally busting down doors to present prizes to shoppers. Some people arrived at 1 o'clock in the morning for an opportunity to win some prizes before the stores even opened. Skip the dishes, spills the tea on the top orders in the province. Still ahead on CTV News at 5, the most popular foods being delivered and the largest order they received this year. The core of this issue is Section 278 of the Criminal Code, now under scrutiny for its impact on the privacy of sexual assault survivors. This law allows defense lawyers to subpoena the confidential counseling records of alleged victims to be used as evidence in certain circumstances. Now, some accusers are choosing to drop their charges altogether in fear their most intimate thoughts could be exposed to their alleged attackers. The possibility of private thoughts made public is why Tanya Cooch from Caledon dropped the charges against her alleged attacker.
So it makes me feel like all this time my counselor's been collecting evidence for the defense, and it broke my trust, the fact that a court can order my safe records to be given over to someone who had harmed me.
Her commanding officer in the military faced 3 counts of sexual assault dating back to 2017. A jury trial was set for February of this year until the defense subpoenaed 7 years of Cooch's confidential counseling records.
It took me 3 months to get in to see a long-term counselor after the sexual assault was reported. By then I couldn't function, like I had taken time off work. She was trying to help me feel safe. I wasn't thinking about whether this would be something that would end up going to the accused. Like, no one thinks that.
Under Section 278 of the Criminal Code, defense lawyers for a person accused of sexual assault can request access to private records to use as evidence. This can include the alleged victim's therapy notes and personal journals. A judge would review the application and make a decision.
It's supposed to be a screening process that really only permits these records when they're necessary for the accused to get a fair trial.
Legal experts point out that while Section 278 was designed to ensure a fair trial, it often leaves survivors feeling re-traumatized.
I think the law should not exist. We're pathologizing as if somebody who came and talked to a therapist would be an unreliable or a non-credible witness.
What we're hearing is that, that screening mechanism is not working as it should.
Despite walking away from her case, Cooch is not abandoning her cause.
There are all the reasons I put in my complaint.
Her experience prompting her to co-found advocacy group Survivor Safety Matters.
What we're doing is trying to bring light to the darkness, which the court is very oppressive.
The group is now bringing forward a petition to the House of Commons calling for a complete ban of the use of counseling records in court.
We want to eliminate the section in 278 that allows for the defense to subpoena the most sensitive records.
The group is calling for justice based on evidence collected by police, not private therapy sessions. Their petition remains open until May 12th and will require 500 signatures for presentation to the House of Commons.